Since its inaugural meet in Kingston, Jamaica, Grand Slam track has generated a lot of headlines. Some negative, some positive, and some downright scandalous. So, let's take a look at both Kingston and Miami Grand Slam series and take the lessons from the slam. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. You do that, hit the notification bell so you know the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, you ready? Yep. Good to go. Now, I know that Grand Slam track Miami ended like, what, a week ago? But I wanted to wait until, the smoke had cleared. We have heard so many things about Grand Slam track. Positive, negative, some scandalous, some amazing. And I wanted to take a step back and take a proper look at the lessons that we have learned thus far from Grand Slam track. The positives, the negatives, and how I think the promoters, meaning Michael Johnson and his amazing team, could improve what is improvable with this new concept. Now, this is Patrick Magyar, one of the founding members of the Diamond League. So unsurprisingly, one should not be shocked that he was very critical after the inaugural staging of the Grand Slam track here in Kingston, Jamaica at the National Stadium. Reports are that Patrick Magyar described the meet as boring and lifeless. I completely disagree. With prolonged stretches of inactivity in one of the world's greatest track and field hubs, four-time Olympic champion Michael Johnson's new Athletics League Grand Slam track held its inaugural meet last weekend in Kingston, Jamaica. And people, this should come as no surprise because, of course, the Diamond League, they are a league unto themselves. They have been able to dictate payment to the athletes for quite some time because they were the league of choice. They were it. And Michael Johnson's Grand Slam track is a direct competitor to the Diamond League, not to mention the fact that it is forcing their hand to pay athletes more money, but more on that. So we have seen some amazing athletes thus far, top tier, as you can see. I'm just showing you pictures of the athletes and some amazing performances. Plus, as Yardis, we're very, very proud of the fact that at the very first Grand Slam track, we produced a Grand Slam champion, the remarkable twice world champion in the women's 100 meters hurdles, Danielle Williams.
Used to being up by 3 steps. But Danielle Williams actually has a pretty good drive phase, keeping her head down for about 20 meters. And she's got a short torso, long legs. Was able to open up her stride. NUGENT.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Now, let us try to break down the positives and the not so positives of both Grand Slam track events thus far, meaning Grand Slam track Jamaica and Grand Slam track Miami, USA. Because yes, some of the criticisms that's been out there is very valid. Now, first up, let me just say regarding Grand Slam track, it's a brand new league, brand new event, and like all brand new things, you're going to learn as you go. So with the inaugural Grand Slam track at Kingston, Jamaica, the standout problem, and we're getting now into the negatives first of Grand Slam track thus far. Kingston, it was low attendance because I guess people anticipated the kind of response that we get at ISA Boys and Girls Champs. And yeah, they were right. The crowd turnout was actually not as impressive as one would have wanted, particularly on day one. This meant, of course, that the atmosphere was not as electric as one would have anticipated. Then there were presentation issues in Kingston. In the initial broadcast from Kingston, I was criticized for having too much dead time, poor camera work, and a lack of storytelling, or highlighting athletes beyond the main contenders. Some felt a lack of production value, expecting a major particularly for a major sporting event. Yes, people, I actually wrote this down. Another valid criticism was that some of the races had poor, slow times, not as fast as one would have anticipated. Then, of course, the format confuses. If you're a new viewer, you're new to track and field, the actual format of, the athlete, 100-meter hurdle athlete, running the 100-meter hurdles, women, of course, and then the following day you're running the flat 100 meters, it could have led to confusion for some individuals.
A little bit longer by the starter there, but they're away and gone. McLaughlin-Levrone already making up ground, and we just
Then, of course, there's a criticism of the fact that there was a lack of local buzz, one that I really don't quite agree with. And then, of course, the length of the event. Some viewers felt that the 3-day format was with relatively few races made the session feel long. I didn't hear anybody say that. In fact, most people kind of said the reverse to me. And then, of course, there was the absence of field events, which the organizers told us point blank that there just wouldn't be any field events. But amongst all this, there were some spectacular moments. The men's 100 meters, for instance, with BEDNAREK taking the surprise win, Seville of Jamaica coming second. 10.07 for the win, 10.08 for the second place.
BEDNAREK gets a good start. Fred Curley just got left a little bit, also going well as Lindsay over in two, but it's Kenny BEDNAREK, and then look at Seville right through the middle. Seville is going to just about, no he doesn't, or does he?
Now, I don't know if you were listening to that, but did you hear the audience? They were completely engaged and it was crazy. And of course, there was the women's 400 meters hurdles with the great one herself, Sydney McLaughlin, which was also sort of insane. Lest you forget, she set a new world lead of 52.76 in this one. Jamaica's Rochelle Clayton took third in 55.02.
Set.
Now, regardless of those criticisms, unsurprisingly, Grand Slam track Miami, which was the second staging, improved, which one would have thought would have been natural because, as I said, this was an inaugural event. I'm very, very certain way back in the day when the Diamond League started, the first Diamond League could not have been perfect. So obviously there would have been improvement in Miami. And this, of course, is based on social media chatter, what we saw. The positives: improved broadcast and presentation. Many viewers noted a significant improvement in the broadcast quality compared to Kingston. There was less dead air, better camera work, and more engaging flow, making it a more enjoyable to watch on television. Then, of course, also has to be expected, because people would have watched Grand Slam track Kingston and said, oh, you know what, I think I'm going to go because I enjoyed watching this. The electric atmosphere and good crowd. Unlike the sparse attendance in Kingston, the Ancient Sports Complex in Miramar, Florida, reportedly had a packed crowd, creating a much better atmosphere for both athletes and the viewers. This energy translated to a more exciting event, right? Which, again, as I said, you go and watch the first one and say, okay, I think I'm going to come out for this. Then also we had, throughout, we had world-leading performances. Kenny BEDNAREK, of course, in the men's 200 meters, running 19.84. I'm doing this from memory. And, of course, the one I just reported to you from the remarkable Sydney McLaughlin in the women's 400 meters hurdles. Plus, we saw several PBs, personal best, and we saw thrilling, tight races, almost, photographic finishes. Yes, it was generally much more exciting. Then strong athletic turnout and competition. The event continued to attract high caliber athletes, leading to compelling head-to-head matchups, showcasing top global talent. Positive feedback on the venue. The smaller venue, Miramar, was seen as a positive, providing a better visual a better visual for television viewers and creating a more intimate atmosphere. Athletes enjoyed the experience. Interviews and social media posts from athletes suggested they were enjoying the competition and the enthusiasm in the crowd in Miami. Now, I kind of disagree with this because I saw the same thing in Kingston. They were clearly, and I said this in my videos, and this is reporting, of course, in general, but the athletes were clearly enjoying themselves the entire way. Then, of course, we saw this new American record set by Masai Russell in the women's 100 meters hurdles, that insane 12.17, with Tia Jones running 12.19 and Jamaica's Ackera Nugent running 12.34. 3 incredibly fast times in one race. This, of course, happened in the Grand Slam track, Miami.
Well, there was a little twitch there from Russell, but they're away cleanly. Tia Jones going well over in lane 1 as well, but it's Russell in the middle, and Jones perhaps just has the lead here. It's going to be very, very tight on the line. Very tight indeed. That's perhaps Russell just getting it. The tape wraps itself around Russell's midriff. 12, is that right? I'm looking at the clock here, 12.17? Really? We've got to wait for the wind reading here.
It says 2.0, I think.
It says 2.0?
It says 2.0.
12.17. Now, if that wind reading is correct, no wonder they're running around looking at each other saying, is this right? Because Masai Russell has just...
Hey, I said she was going to come back and do something, right?
And then, of course, for us Jamaicans, we saw another Jamaican take Grand Slam track champion again in the women's 100 meters. This, of course, was channel favorite Ackera Nugent when I would have picked him. Awesome. Not to mention seeing Megan Tapper run a PB in the in the 100 meters to take second and walk away with 30K.
Nugent does get out well. Tia Jones got a pretty good start, but look at Megan Tapper. She always starts quickly. Megan Tapper's leading this at the moment. Nugent right through the middle. It's going to be Ackera Nugent. How far ahead? She wins it. And it looked as though Russell was fourth. And I think that's going to mean the slam winner and a very quick time there for Ackera Nugent.
12. Ackera Nugent, Grand Slam champion.
Now, one of the things I should also state in terms of the positives, of course, is the pay for the athletes. I've said that ad nauseum, but I have to again insist upon this. In fact, we have seen the Diamond League respond to this by offering for 2026 some special event where they're going to be, the prize is going to be $10 million, I think, for the overall winner. So this has forced them to start paying athletes properly. Now, so those are the general negatives and the general positives in terms of Grand Slam track thus far. And so what are the lessons? Those are the lessons thus far. I can go into them in a little more detail. But I also want to talk about what I think we could do to improve this. So if Michael Johnson and your team, you're listening, take a gander. First up, I'd enhance the fan experience both in the stadium and the broadcast. Simplify and clarify the point system. And when I say, we saw the fans super excited both in Kingston and in Miami. So create a system where, they can get even closer to each other. These are my thoughts now. Then simplify and clarify the point system. While the concept is interesting, ensure the point system is easily understandable for casual viewers. Graphics and on-screen explanations during the broadcast are crucial. Perhaps highlight the immediate implications of the points race during the event. Another thing I think we could do is we could inject more entertainment, right? Only knew this was coming, I'm an artist. Pre-meet and halftime shows. Incorporate more entertainment elements of live music, DJ sets, athletic interviews beyond just post-race, and fan interactions. Now, for me, the whole Ackera Nugent and Masai Russell, because there is a rivalry there, people. It's not in our minds. It's real. It started in the collegiate scene. It still exists. It's real. And I think it would have been, kind of cool to highlight, the personalities of the athletes. Ackera's got a great personality. Masai's got a great personality, and others. And then, go into the rivalry. Go deeper into the stories of the athletes, their background. and any existing rivalries, to build emotional connections with the audience. As I said, Masai Russell, Ackera Nugent. Masai, I think, barely beat Ackera Nugent throughout their collegiate. Both have gone pro. Masai walks away with the gold medal at the Paris Olympic Games. Akira's striving back, both doing world leads. You do a world lead, I do. I mean, this would have been an incredible storyline. And not just them, there are other people that we could have looked on in that respect. The growing rivalry between Oblique Seville and Kenny BEDNAREK. I think this would lead, because people will love a good story. Human beings love a good story. And then, of course, there's that emotional connection. Then think a mini documentary segments or engaging social media content leading up and during the events. Interactive fan engagement. Implement opportunities for fan participation, like voting for their favorite moments or athletes, or Q&A sessions with athletes. Improve in-stadium presentation. Better use of big screens, display more athlete information, real-time point standings, relays, and engaging graphics, engaging announcers. Ensure the commentators are knowledgeable, enthusiastic, and can clearly explain the format and significance of the races. Now, the announcers were okay, but they could have been better, to be honest. Now, another few things I thought of, they could end, like a theme event day. Consider having different themes for each day to create more buzz and variety. Consistent and high quality broadcasting. Maintain the improved broadcast quality seen in Miami across all events. This includes clear camera angles, informative graphics, and insightful commentary. Address the format and event selection. Strategic inclusion of field events, while the focus is on head-to-head track matchups. Strategically incorporating a few key field events could add variety and appeal to a broader audience. Perhaps 1 or 2 high-profile field events per day. Consider shorter event durations. Evaluate if the 3-day format can be condensed slightly without sacrificing the core concept. Keeping the energy high and avoiding lulls is crucial. Potentially introduce team elements. Implore the possibility of introducing a team component alongside the individual scoring, which could add another layer of strategic and fan interest. I mean, I'm just saying, based on what I saw, these are the things I think could further enhance what I thought was a positive experience in terms of Grand Slam track. Another thing that I thought was quite lacking, and I saw that they're going in that direction, but I think they need to boost promotion and local engagement. Targeted marketing campaigns, implement more robust marketing campaigns in the host cities, utilizing various channels to reach both avid track fans and casual sports enthusiasts. Community outreach, engage with local schools, sports clubs, and community organizations to build awareness and excitement for the event. Now, they of course did try this in Kingston when they added the champs stars from the previous week, but the problem is they didn't highlight it, they didn't broadcast their runs, and I don't think they exploited that to its best. It was almost as if it was a tack on. So like I said, engage more local schools, clubs, awareness, excitement for the event. Athlete appearance, arrange pre-event appearances by the athletes in the host city. And of course, this is to generate local buzz and media coverage. A partnership with local influencers. Collaborate with local social media influencers to promote the event to their followers. Like Peter Lloyd World. Okay, all right. Refine the athletic experience beyond prize money. Streamline logistics. Ensure smooth travel, accommodation, and competition logics for the athletes. Opportunities for interaction. Create more opportunities for athletes to interact with fans and the media. And I thought that was a little lacking. Yes, I did see a lot of that, but I think there could be so much more. Now, other ways in which I think we could have improved this feedback mechanism, establish clear channels for athletes to provide feedback on the format and organization of the series, long-term vision and storytelling, develop a compelling narrative, craft a compelling overarching narrative for the series across the season, highlighting key rivalries, emerging stars, and the journey towards the Grand Slam finale. Consistent branding. Maintain a strong and consistent brand identity across all aspects of the series. Data and analysis. Utilize data to track viewership, engagement, and fan feedback to continuously refine the series by focusing on enhancing the fan experience, strategically refining the format, boosting promotion, and continuing to prioritize athletes. The Grand Slam Track Series has the potential to become a truly impactful and engaging force in the world of track and field. The improvements seen in Miami are a positive sign that the organizers are willing to adapt and learn. And I think this is kind of key now. So those are my suggestions as to how the process, meaning Grand Slam Track itself, could grow and flourish and become one of the most dominating forces in terms of track and field. Now, the other thing that I want to add on here, and I know this is going on a little longer, but I'm so excited about this, and as I had predicted, this was going to change track and field, and this has already done so. I mean, for Diamond League to suddenly come up with a $10 million prize out of nowhere says Grand Slam Track is already doing what it needs to do. I think if they follow my suggestions here, and I forgot to say, now this of course is my 2 cents, because all of that has been my 2 cents. I think we have a winner. And I think this only grows the sport. I don't see any negatives. The negatives that I pointed out initially, I think they're already correcting it. But I really wish someone would just send this to Michael Johnson, because I really believe that the potential of this is almost limitless. And I'm excited about it because, as I said when I first watched this, I said we've just witnessed the transformation of track and field as we know it. And like I said, all of a sudden Diamond League have a $10 million purse. All of a sudden. And everyone is going to have to step up. Because people, this is a business and everybody have to make some money. It can't just be the organizers. The athletes have to make money. The sponsors have to make money. We all have to make money. Now, I also think that the business in Jamaica, including TVJ, lost a great opportunity to associate themselves with Grand Slam Track. I guess maybe they were holding back because they wanted to make sure that this would work. But sometimes people, you have to go out and take that calculated risk. It was evident to me. I think TVJ dropped the ball here. Hopefully they will connect up. And I kind of understand what's going on, because I know a lot of these people are already working with Diamond League, so and we don't know what kind of pressure Diamond League is placing on them. Trust me, this is how business works. But I do think that my thoughts here, and that's why I typed them out, which is something I don't normally do, would make sense. I would love to hear your thoughts, but this of course is my 2 cents. Don't want to keep this going on for too long. Let me know. Do you think these are the appropriate lessons from Slam? And do you think that our suggestions here at Peter Lloyd World would enhance? What would you change? What would you add? Do you think Grand Slam Track has a future? Let me know. Now, don't forget to support the channel. Check out our Printify. I'll leave a link in the description below. That's where we have our Peter Lloyd World merch. Support us. Consider joining the channel's membership. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless us.